Hello everybody and welcome to another series I am going to cast. This is between Best being the Protoss player and Calm the Zerg player, and this is a game from ASL Season 5 Qualifiers, and I'm not sure if this is a final game or if it's a semi-finals. I believe it's a final, which means that the player who wins this will go on to ASL Season 5, where a total of I think 24 players, it's between 24 and 32 players will compete for a big prize pool, and let's get this game started. We have these players playing on match point here. Best comes in and he scouts the Zerg player. He sees that Corm is going for a hatchery first. Best seems to be opening Nexus first here, which is a very... Oh my god, he cancels his Nexus. What the fuck? What are you doing, Best? What is going on? That must have been a mistake. That's 100 minerals down the drain, and that's going to delay everything else a bit as well. That is very unfortunate. That's quite huge this early in the game for these players. If I do it on ladder, it's a minor detail, but for these guys 100 minerals this early is quite big. We see the forge is going down, but it's quite delayed here, and he might run the risk of a Zergling run by now. The cannon might not be in time, because going for a Nexus first is quite greedy in general, even against a hatchery first. You're kind of tight on time there. We see the pool finishing up here, and the forge is probably halfway done. A third hatchery going down for the Zerg player. Very standard so far. Gateway going down. We have our gas in Best's main here before the cannon goes up. So he's gonna get these teching units up quite early. And this map is interesting in the fact that the third base does not have a gas, and the fourth base is very hard to take. And it's hard to decide, do I take the upper fourth or the lower fourth base here. Best is also known for being a very macro-oriented player, so we can assume he wants to take this to the late game. Best does get his cannon down, and no lings are close, so he's safe in that matter. Cybernetics core going up as well, so we now know that Best wants to tech. A lair is going up, so very standard play here from Corm 2. Corm is an old Brood War player too. He's quite known, but he's never been at the top of the scene. But he's kind of always been a top 8 Zerg player for many years, so this should be a close game between them. But I would say that Best is favoured here. Let's see, is it a Stargate? Yes, Stargate coming down. Stargate very strong on this map. Anything that flies is extremely strong on this map, especially Mutalisks. If we see this map, ZVT is mostly 2-hatch Muta, which is, I mean, the build order 2-hatch Muta is very uncommon today, but on this map it's almost used 100% of ZVTs. And as well, Terran likes to rush for starport against Zerg, also to get those air units out. Drop ships are very good on this map, since they fly. We see a Spire coming up here from Corm, probably only to get Scourges here, but he can throw down the second gas if he wants to, and then pop out a few mutas. Citadel of Doom coming down up here from Best 2. 2 more hatches probably being put down from the Zerg here, going for the 5-hatch. Economical play here. Probably a 5th hatch going down at the 3rd here. I haven't seen the 5th hatch yet. 3 zealots out. +1 air upgrade, so Best is going to rely on those Corsairs, which I think is very smart on this map. And we're probably going to see Corm get mutas at some point here. Second gas going down. Hydrodane going down as well. And the 5th hatchery is down at the 3rd, so extremely standard from both players here. First core is going to come in and see that this is standard play. And he's also going to see that the second gas just started right now, so mutas are not going to be a threat. So getting one cannon in your main is going to be enough for best here. You can focus on getting more tech out as well, getting those high Templars out through that Templar archives. +1 weapon is also on the way here. Best decided to delay the +1 weapon here to get the Templar archives and a few more Corsairs out early, so we're probably not going to see a timing attack from Best. So Best is playing very safe. He's also playing very he wants to get this into the late game here, which is very smart. Oh my god, those Corsairs are in danger. Oh, this is always fun to watch. You never know what's going to happen. One pops. That's good for Corm. Especially since Best is on 1 Stargate here. It takes a while to pop these Corsairs out. And here is the gateway explosion. Let's see here what the Zerg player decides to get here. He does have two simulators running, so he can choose to get some tech units out. Looks like he's going to get some lurkers. Those Hydras are out on the map. Might make those into lurkers here. We've seen a lot of early lurker pressures from Zerg players in general, like a 9-minute 3 lurker Hydra contain. Seems to be very strong. The contain comes out before the Protoss player has an observer out. We have a DT here, but a Sunken and an observer here, or rather Overlords trying to run by here, but Hydras are going to block that DT. Ooh, I think that DT is going down. Links around, Ink. Oh, 4 HP DT. It just feels like every time a DT gets away with red HP. 5 Corsairs. Yeah, there we see the 3 lurkers. I haven't seen this build too much in the older days, but it's very common, this ASL qualifiers, and also in a few games I've seen recently. And it's very, very strong. Usually the Zerg player doesn't... Oh my god, he's going to go aggressive? Or is he going to contain? Looks like he's going to contain, which is a bit more common here. Zealots are running out on the map here. That is also very common, to try to get some map control or map vision with those Zealots, because they are kind of useless in the natural there. Corsairs coming in, trying to pick off a few Overlords, but Column does have Hydras back at home. More cannons are going up here. +1 on the Forge seems to have been completed, so losing that won't be the biggest deal. And Com is popping out more Hydras here, probably waiting for Overlord speed before he moves out. A DT is out. Does he have an observer? He can pick off those lurkers if that is the case. I don't know how late the Robo is. Oh, that's kind of late. Does lose the Forge, but no big deal. +1 is done for the 4 best. Now we see more units coming out here for Corm, and Overlord speed is done too. And Corm is going to be able to place these units at best natural before the observer is out. And that might spell doom here for Best, but Best is really good, so I think he should be fine here. This pressure is quite normal, so he probably knows how to defend it, which I would assume would be get out Dragoons and observers. He does have a few Eye Templars out, but those Dragoons are quite gas intensive, and that's a lot of Hydras. He does have 3 Eye Templars up though, so Hydra's not too good. A shuttle comes out. Let's see what he does with that. Maybe drop some DTs. Pushing out with the Zealots here a little bit. Oh my lord. Oh, that's 1 Scourge. He's alright, but that's kind of a tough start to that shuttle's career. More cannons going down. Oh, Corm is pushing in with the Hydras here yet again, taking out a few cannons, dodging that storm. I think Best is kind of low on storms here. 1 more coming out. Does he have another storm? It doesn't look like it. It looks like they are out of energy, those 3 High Templars. This is so annoying for the Protoss player to deal with. It's just a very, very nice unit composition from the Zerg here. And the Lurkers come out so early too. Hydra's moving in once again, another storm going down. Actually picks off a few Hydras there, nicely done. First observer is out, so he's probably gonna explode out on the map, but that observer is going down real quick. Bad observer micro here. Surprisingly bad observer micro from Protoss players in general. I know it's really slow and it's hard, but damn, that observer always seems to go in way too far. And those Corsairs there aren't really no Scourges, so those Corsairs can't really defend it. They don't do anything against Hydras. Moving out, observer picked off again. Corsairs are being picked off. This is not looking good for Best. 0 Corsairs are left, 0 observers are out, only a handful of Zealots from Best here. And I don't know where that shuttle went, if he did anything with the shuttle. Because I feel like Best might have to do some counterattacks here. That shuttle is still at the natural there, it looks like. Overlord spreading out, going to scout for that shuttle incoming. Corm knows there's a shuttle out, so he just needs a lot of map vision to see where that's going. Maybe Best is getting shuttle speed, and that's why he's waiting, but I don't see a robotics bay, and that's kind of gas costly too. Zerg is getting a few drones, he's probably taking a fourth. What has Best built in the upper left there? Is that a Nexus? I think that's a hidden Nexus from Best. I don't see how that is going to survive for long, because I would assume Corm puts a drone up there any second to get his own fourth base. That's kind of a weird location. But that's can be a reason to why it works. It's so weird, and it's not a Nexus at all. It's actually just Corsairs. Shuttle is moving out, but it's directly scouted by Corm. No, it's Zealots even. These Zealots are going to scout, a few more drones coming up, so he knows that Corm is not all in any way here. He's actually got a very healthy economy. But Best probably has quite the large army pretty soon as well. And Protoss always looks really behind like this when he is contained, but he's not too behind. He hasn't done too well in the battles. Here the DTs come out, but Corm knows this is already on the way with his incredible map vision. Kills the first DT, does he know a second is out? Maybe he doesn't. That's very smart from Best, sending in one DT and hiding the other one. One DT in a main base of a Zerg can end the game directly in a matter of seconds. So we'll have to keep an eye on that DT. Best is finally moving out here, taking a third base and trying to get some map control here. A DT comes in, it's got 4 drones already, which is alright, 5. Gets 9 drones, wow, that's more than expected. And Protoss has a substantial army here, that's a great storm, that's a great storm. Hydra's running away on red HP there, scared. Mutas are finally out here, very nice. The Corsairs all died here, but Best has a few Dragoons, but those Mutas might decide to suicide for those Templars. And that's a lot of Lurkers too. Those High Templars are out of position, goodbye. He doesn't get a single storm off. He gets off 1, I don't know how much damage that did. It was on the edge there, I don't know if it hit or missed the Mutalisks. Where did the Zealots go? They all died so fast against those Lurkers. Looks like Best is going to get that third Nexus up, but that only generates more minerals, so we're going to see a lot of Zealots coming out. Best is going to be short on gas units, so that shuttle goes down. It did live longer than expected though, and that DT did very well, so very nice shuttle play overall. Fourth base going down here for Corm. But Best does have this high ground advantage here, which is hard to break, so that fourth might just be going down here, sending up a few Zealots there will probably clear that up. Corm is going around the high ground here, going to the lower part of the map, going to try to flank some units here. Looks like he might succeed picking off a few Dragoons, and what are those Dragoons doing? That is bad. That is so many Dragoons. Wow, that's pure Dragoons. If those Dragoons get surrounded, that can be really bad really fast. Especially if we get a few Lings in that. But it looks like Best is actually pushing back the Hydras here, which is quite uncommon due to the unit composition here. And now Corm might actually be flanked here. He's going to have to run north here with those Hydras. Mutas are finally dead. And it looks like Best has kind of secured his third base there, picking off those Hydras and Mutas. Now Corm is going to take this high ground location here, but he did lose his fourth hatchery here. So Best kind of has the upper hand at the moment. He's taking another Nexus here. And this is how PvZ looks a lot of the times when the Zerg are contained. It looks like Zerg is super ahead, and then just from nowhere Protoss just comes out and rolls over the Zerg. But Calm is not as good of a player as Best. Best is really, really good. He always has a ton of units here, and we see just the Dragoon count here from Best seems to be more than expected. And that's probably because his micro is insane. He does have the best the best macro of all Protoss players, without doubt. And now a few Hydras coming into flank here. This is probably going to be a close battle here. Calm is moving in with the Hydras. Only Dragoons are left, and they are actually falling. Zealots come in, but they're a bit late here. But looking at the supply, the Zerg is down to 50 supply, and that's GG. Well played from both players here, but especially from Best, managing to actually break that contain. Let's jump into the second game. Okay, Fighting Spirit cross position. This is usually really entertaining in this matchup. We usually see Protoss try to take an early third, and then Zerg just hammering on the Protoss player. Hydra busts are quite common on this map too. Is Best going to go for a forge or a gateway here? Let's hope for a gateway. Please gateway. Yes, it's a gateway. Nice. We're going to see Best go for a lot of early zealots here, trying to put some pressure on, force some lings and kill some drones. Usually really fun to watch this this opening from Protoss. And it looks like the Zerg has gone for a 9 pull here after the Overlord popped, so an overpull I believe it's called. And as a Zerg player you kind of want to get a 12 hatch against the Zealots. It's not that big of a deal, but getting a 9 pull like this leaves you a bit fragile to Protoss pushing out with 3 to 5 Zealots later on, just as your natural is ready. And Best knows here that that Calm has a spawning pull up due to the lack of a second base, and now he sees that it's not gas either. And he sees that the three eggs are not popping at the same time. He has a Calm, does not want to be aggressive with that pull. He's probably just getting 2 to 4 lings out. So Best likes what he sees right now. Calm is finally going to scout the gateway first here. Only 2 lings are out, so this might be quite dangerous, especially when that second base is located so far away. The Zealots can really abuse the time spent between those 2 bases. And where does the third hatchery go down? Probably at the natural location. Calm sees that Zealot coming in. He's going to be making a lot more Zerglings to fend that off. And now all this comes down to micro here. Let's see how good Best's Zealot micro is. Calm has got to be scared right now. He's got 6 lings though. Run away, Zealot and Probe. We see the other Zealots being home defensive here because Best does not know or did not know where all these Zerglings were on the map. He probably feels a bit safer now seeing 6 lings. There shouldn't be too many more lings out, so we might see Best pushing out here when his 3rd Zealot is done. And we see 2 Zealots moving from Best's natural here, and this is when it starts to get a bit tricky, opening 9 pull. We have to see a lot more lings coming out from Calm here, and that's going to really hammer his economy. Forge is up 2 here. And we see here Calm has got his gas up, but he's not mining from the gas. Zergling's coming in here, but they're going to have to retreat or run by because they can't fight those 3 Zealots. 4 Zealots out now. But we see Calm taking, I would believe, 100 gas from that assimilator and getting speed for the lings. And then he's opted not to take any more gas, so he's probably going to go for some hatchery Hydra tech to defend against those potential Corsairs later on. But I like this decision from Calm, getting that 100 gas and then putting back to minerals, because taking up to Lear against those Zealots when you 9 pull is a bit risky, and it leaves your economy kind of in a tough position. And we should see Zergling's speed done any moment here, and that's gonna uh, I mean, Best is gonna think twice about moving out against Speedlings. Speed is just finished now, and we're gonna say Quam run by that easy. Or not, it seems like Best has the probes there really prepared. He sees that Speed is done, but he still wants to go with these Zealots to the third base here. But you have to be careful, because it's really easy to get surrounded when the Zerglings have speed. They're so much faster than your Zealots. Yep, your positioning on those Zealots has to be chosen wisely. And that ramp is good. Behind the minerals is good too. He's close to both here, so he might be safe here. Let's see, gets a drone, that's very nice. You see he's hugging those minerals there, scared of mass lings coming out. Oh, Zealot gets surrounded. He gets another drone though, that's nice. And another Zealot coming to the natural here, trying to spread out the Zerg play here, and that's not very efficient from Korn, but it's alright. He cleans up the Zealots, which is the most important part. Two drones going down though, so that's still this is still a good trade for Best. And Korn has a lot of lings right now, and he's not going to be able to do anything if Best blocks off that wall, but he only has one Zealot, so Korn's Zerglings might actually be able to run by. He has to block the upper part with one more unit here. A probe, preferably real fast. There he goes. Second gas is going down, plus one weapon for Best as well. So he's just going to tech up. And we see the Hydro Dam placed down. Probably the lair is on the way too soon. Or he might be staying on hatchery for a bit longer, that's possible too. Stargate is up, Citadel on the way, second cannon on the way too. In case Calm decides to make a lot of units here. He does have a lot of links, so that could be a possibility. He is getting his lair up, but that's going to be quite late, so it'll be hard to get overlords on the map, and DTs are going to be stronger than usual. Best does delay his tech too when he goes for this build, but not as much. We see the Corsair is out before the lair is done. Calm shouldn't lose too many overlords because he does have Hydras out, but Hydras do have speed, it looks like. Range is on the way too. More hatcheries coming down, Evo chambers as well. He's got Con does have two gases up, so he's probably going to go for some higher tech here once his lair is done. Putting down the Spire most likely as well. And once the Overlord speed, of course. Let's see if Best decides to continue Corsair production here, because he doesn't need Corsairs for the time being. There's no actual threat. There are no mutas on the way, for example. But there can be mutas out in 2 minutes, so that's kind of a hard decision to make here. Maybe he delays a few Corsairs to get High Templars out early and then continues production. And Zealot legs is done here, so Best is going to try to put some pressure on that third base, see if he can accomplish something. Only 3 Hydras here and a Sunken on the way, but more Hydras on the way and one popping out here, so I would assume Calm is going to be alright. Ling's coming in too. Sunken does finish up, and Sunkens are beef as fuck in this game. 4 Zealots retreating, he does get a few hatcheries, so a good trade for both players there. Nothing detrimental for either side here. A Robo's up, DT is out too. More gateways coming down. Another DT popping out. It looks like Best has 2 DTs, and that usually means a shuttle is on the way too. And going for this DT drop is probably a response to that late lair. He might try to catch the Zerg player off before the speed is out. Either way, it's a good thing to go for DT drops. More cannons coming out. You do delay your High Templar tech a little bit, so it can be scary going for DTs. You might not have stormed on, and then 30 Hydras knock on your door. And that might be the case here. Is Overlord speed done though, because else it'll be really hard for Khorne to move out with those Hydras. 2 DTs will be enough to tear these off. but we do see overload speed. And Calm is going to do some timing here. Those Templars are going to have energy for Storm in about 5 seconds, but do they have the Storm upgrade? Ah, Shuttle is coming in here, very nice. 2 DTs are coming in just as all the Hydras are out. This is probably going to be quite unexpected. I don't see any Overlords on the map who could have scattered this either. So this can be huge. Let's see how long it takes for Calm to react. He is losing stuff really fast. Now we heard that the DTs are there because they attacked the simulator, so they are going to be running away, but only 2 drones survive. And wow, it looks like Best got a Storm off that there because a lot of Hydra blood was on the ground. And this is looking tough for Calm. Is he going to lose that lair? That would probably be the game. But he should be able to save that, right? It's getting into the red HP though, so I'm not really sure anymore. And losing that lair is huge. Oh my god, please target that lair. Yeah, he's going to, and that's down. The Zealots are pushing back the Hydras here too, so Calm is losing on both sides of the spectrum here. And DT's still doing damage. 11 kills on that one, and 9 kills on the other one, and that's mainly drones. So they did get a lot of drones and the lair tech. And probably the spawning pool here as well. Yeah, it's gonna go down. These 2 DTs did so much damage. Most likely game-ending damage. And now we see Best is preparing against Mutas here. He did see the Spire is out, and Calm might say, "Oh fuck it, I'm gonna go Mutas," and try to just hope that Best doesn't have any anti-air defense. Because that's still a way you can win as Calm here, just surprise Mutas. And hope Best just has a bunch of High Templars and Zealots, but Best knows better. And he's preparing for this with a lot of cannons, a lot of Storms, and a lot of Corsairs. He's gonna get his 3rd base up here too, and we have 2 base Zerg. Okay, Zerg decided to get a lot of Lurkers here, so he's gonna try to Lurker bust. Calm is definitely all in with this push. There's no turning back if he does not succeed with this. 4, 5, 6 High Templars there. That's going to be a lot of Storm. Good luck, Calm. Oh, those are so many Protoss units. Observers should be out. He's had that robo for a long time now. This contain is not really doing anything. Since Best already has his 3rd base up, and there Calm is going to go in. He knows he has to do a lot more. What is that storm? Okay, probably a troll storm. Knowing he's really ahead. Alright, quick 2-0 from Best here. Well played. And as I said earlier, I'm not sure if this means that he's going to go to the ASL qualifiers or if this is some sort of semi-finals, but Best is probably going to be in ASL Season 5 regardless because he's just such a good player. Alright, thank you guys for watching this best of 3. Peace.